This is our new game. We've previewed it once, I think.
Yeah.
Nick Wright, public defender.
Oh, I love it. Okay, yes, because if I weren't doing this, I'd probably start as a public defender and then become a high-priced criminal defense attorney. There's no question. As my buddy Laszlo says, everybody knows you're either a prosecutor or you're a defense attorney. I'm a defense attorney.
Yeah.
I'm not working for the state. I'm not trying to put people in jail, but I will defend you to the best of my abilities, no matter what I think of your guilt or innocence, as per my duty to the American Bar Association and the United States Constitution. Now you might say, Nick, are you a accredited member of the American Bar Association? I am not, but you know why? You want to know before we get to the game? I'm glad the clock started. You want to know what's bullshit?
What?
They don't let you take the bar if you haven't gone to law school. So the bar exam is how you become a lawyer.
Yeah.
I feel like, and the argument is, oh, you wouldn't be able to pass. Says who? And by the way, I think in Louisiana, they might let you. At least they seem to in Catch Me If You Can with Leonardo DiCaprio. He didn't go to law school. He took the bar and he passed it.
And you were basing this off of
Well, that was a true story.
Okay.
That was a true story. So maybe in Louisiana you can, but my sister went to law school. My sister went to Columbia Law Review, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And then was getting ready to take the bar. And so I bet my dad, I was like, I can do better than her on the bar exam.
Oh, that's wild.
And she was angry, and my dad was
I
like,
bet.
no, you can't. But I then researched. I'm like, man, yes, I can. I'll study for a little bit. Most of it's probably common sense.
Right.
And then they were like, you're not eligible. I'm like, I'll pay the fees. They're like, you're not eligible. I'm like, it's one thing for you to say I'm not eligible to be a lawyer without going to law school. Again, not sure about that. But to say I'm not eligible to take the exam,
right.
Let me take the test. See, if I crush the test, maybe I'm more motivated to sign up for law school, which, by the way, before you turn 35 years old, I will have a law degree. Okay. I'm going to do it at some point. It's going to be night school.
You said before I'm 35, right?
So I got 12 years. I got 12 years to get the law degree. But this is good practice. Nick Wright, public defender. What are we doing? Go ahead.
All right, Rob, you're in good hands. Rob Gronkowski retired.
Allegedly.
This was huge news. But seconds after, his agent said that he'd return if Tom Brady called him. Defend Rob Gronkowski as not an attention-seeking guy with another sham retirement.
Okay. So here, you're fine. All right, so listen, everyone attacking my client, Mr. Gronkowski. Let me tell you something right now. I would ask you, as a child, did you have heroes? As an adult, did you have people in your field or in fields adjacent to yours that you looked up to? And did you ever say to yourself, you know what? In order to be the greatest, I must model myself after the greatest. My guess is you did. And so if you're an athlete in America and you're saying, what is the GOAT path? Who are, two guys? Basically, one unanimously considered and one considered by most to be the GOAT. Well, in basketball, it'd be Michael Jordan. In football, it'd be Tom Brady. So Michael Jordan, once upon a time, retired, allegedly, to go play baseball. Came back 18 months later. Nobody judged him for it. He then retired once again, came back 3 years later, and then the third and final time retired, but still seemed to want to come out and practice with the team. We then saw Tom Brady, someone that my client not only, has great affection for, but, knows quite well, has played with him, retire, and come back less than 6 weeks later. And was he criticized for it? No. Did he pay any penalty for it? No. And in fact, he seemed to get more power from it as they fired the coach that he moved on from the coach that he allegedly had issues with. So I would ask you, what else do you expect my client Rob Gronkowski to do?
And he actually did it in much better fashion than Tom Brady.
Well, he didn't hijack Super Bowl week. Thank you, co-counsel. And so, yeah. And if you are going to convict my client for attention seeking, I hope you are checking the statute of limitations and see if we could have some retroactive convictions against your GOATs, Michael Jordan and Tom Brady. We rest our case. Next.
Remember once upon a time, football players or athletes, should I say, were opting in to get paid in cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
Well, that hasn't seemed to age too well.
Okay.
Saquon lost.
Saquon?
Yes,
Yeah.
I apologize. Saquon lost 33% of his contract value.
Mm-hmm.
Odell, 42%. And Trevor Lawrence, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
63%.
Yeah. That was almost $16 million.
Defend
Again,
these
this
guys.
is really, by the way, we're basing these numbers off one tweet that I'm not sure we actually verified, but it sounds right. Go ahead.
Yeah, defend these guys for betting their livelihoods on crypto.
All right. Listen, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, there are multiple ways to invest money and to try to grow money, or to do none of the above. It is your right in this country to ask to be paid via direct deposit. Go to the bank, take the money out of your bank, and bury it in your backyard. You can take the money and buy gold bars. That's allowed. You could buy T-bills from the U.S. government and get 1% return, if that. You can leave it in a checking account these days and get maybe 0.5% and have no chance whatsoever of that money decreasing in value, though that is available to you. However, if you would like to grow your money, and I don't know if you, my fellow Americans, have checked the price of milk or the price of gas lately, but it seems like things are going up. Seems like inflation is hitting the country quite hard. So if you do just bury your money in the backyard, if you do just put it in a checking account, getting 0.5%, and your $1 million a year later is $1,050,000, it's actually probably more like $850,000, because that $1 million doesn't go as far as it did a year ago as inflation ravages this country. So my clients decided I'm going to invest it. Nobody would bat an eye if they invested, if they said, you know what, I'm going to buy stock with it. But have folks checked over the same timeline what some of the hottest, trendiest stocks have done? How's Peloton doing these days? What about AMC? Remember the stonks thing? Oh, those kids on Reddit are going to make everyone rich. How's that one doing? What about a lot of those tech stocks? Y'all seen a Snapchat stock lately? Yeah, exactly. That chart is straight down. So yes, my clients knew they were taking a risk. With any great return, there must be great risk, or else it wouldn't be investing, it would be scheming. You can't say you might be able to double your money within a year without a risk. But however, it feels to me this is preying on people's own biases and pointing out my 3 clients lost money in a certain type of investment and just leaving alone all the folks that have lost money investing in blue chip tech stocks, or have lost money by simply keeping the same amount of money that has less spending power. So I ask you, is this really about a fear? Is this really about my clients losing money? Or is this actually about the fear of the unknown and the fear of what's next? What is next? Go ahead.
Chase Claypool says he's top 3 receivers in the NFL right now. Mm-hmm. He's not even top 3 in the AFC North. Defend his take.
What do you want my guy to say? I'm just curious. Hey, Chase, big season coming up for you and the Steelers. How do you think you stack up against other receivers in the NFL? Would you like him to say? Well, let me be very honest. I'm not nearly as good as a lot of them. I know the Steelers are relying on me and counting on me, and I have had moments where people say I have the talent to be one of the best receivers in football, but I've crunched the PFF rankings, and it looks like I'm like the 6th best guy in the AFC North. I've just got to be honest with you. Is that what you'd like him to say? Or do you want him to exhibit the confidence that got him here? How do you think Chase Claypool was good enough to be a starter in high school varsity, and then good enough to get a Division I scholarship, and then good enough to make the NFL, and good enough to have some great NFL moments? Obscene confidence. Confidence that has carried him. And now you want him to add some false humility because his yards per route run doesn't match up to Jamar Chase? You don't even believe what you're asking me. What's next?
Steph had a cigar in his mouth for the parade this week, but didn't have it lit and was proceeding to hit it and take puffs. It sounds like he's joining the Russell Wilson Club, by the way.
Oh, okay.
But
let's not do that, Steph. Go ahead.
Defend the use of cigars and champagne in championship celebrations when no one actually likes them.
Okay. When no one actually likes them.
He actually might have had it lit there.
I'm not sure.
Maybe he went out.
I'm not certain.
What if there was
Let me
nothing
make
in
sure
the
what I'm
cup
supposed
as
to
well?
defend here. I'm not necessarily supposed to defend if Steph was or was not smoking them. I'm supposed to defend the generic use of champagne and cigars.
Exactly.
When, quote, no one actually likes either.
I like both.
So, well, that's good to know.
I'm joking.
So, no, that's...
No,
I doubt you are. And if you like champagne, Mike, if you do like champagne, you're going to really like champagne once you can buy champagne that doesn't come in like a cardboard jug, when you can buy like some actual champagne. I, on the other hand, not a big champagne guy. The executive producer of the show, Gabe Goodwin, had a tweet about how everyone's pretending to like cigars and champagne. And to which I would say, to ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I don't even need to defend this because the question is so flawed. When the question assumes that everyone else's tastes are the same as the questioner's, that defend the use of something that no one likes, when quite clearly many people do like it. Now, I am a cigar guy. I am not a champagne person, but I am not so arrogant, egotistical, self-absorbed, and delusional to assume my tastes are everyone's. To just assume that because I believe cream soda is the greatest soda ever exists, that other folks who are saying, "Nah, I'm not a cream soda fan," that
just
they're
lying to be cool.
that they're just trying to fit in with the crowd. I would ask you this, ladies and gentlemen of the jury: is there anything that you deeply, passionately like that some folks have said, "I don't"? Maybe you're a person that likes bananas with peanut butter. Not my thing, but you love it. Maybe you're someone that says
sardines.
Yeah, sardines. Maybe you go to a steakhouse and you order the chicken because you're just not a red meat person. Are you faking it, or are you being true to yourself? That's my question. And this is not really about Steph Curry or championship parades. It's about the insecurities of the questioner. If we're being honest. We rest our case, and we'll be right back. Hey, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button to get more from the show, and make sure to click the bell to get notified every time new content drops. Check out full episodes of What's Right wherever you get your podcasts, or just click the link in the description below.